If you're Catholic, chances are you can't even begin to count the number of times your faith has been challenged. This one has always been one of my favorites. Is there anything that even God cannot do? The classic argument against God's omnipotence is found in the age-old question, can God make a stone so heavy that even he could not lift it? If there could be stone he can't lift, then he's not all-powerful. If he couldn't make such a stone, then that's something God can't do, so he is not all-powerful. Omnipotence relates to God's ability to actualize the possible, so God's omnipotence is not contradicted by his inability to actualize impossible states of affairs, notably anything that contradicts his own essential attributes. For example, no artist, no matter how skilled, could draw a square circle or a four-sided triangle. We can speak of such things, but it doesn't mean they're possible. We're just combining words in a way that, if you stop to analyze them, makes no sense at all. We can't draw such objects or even imagine them. An all-powerful God could not make one. They're logical impossibilities. The idea of an omnipotent being making a rock too heavy for him to lift is another such example. An omnipotent being has an infinite amount of lifting power, so anything too heavy for such a being to lift would have to have more than infinite weight. But more than infinite is one of those combinations of words that contain a logical impossibility. It's a nonsense phrase that can't correspond to anything in reality or in our imagination. St. Augustine says that God cannot do some things for the very reason that he is omnipotent. What he means is that God's all-powerful nature would be contradicted if he engaged in acts that made him powerless in some way. To ask the question, can God create a rock so heavy that he himself could not lift it, is in effect to ask, is God powerful enough to fail? This is as logically nonsensical as asking, can God purple toaster gremlin cupboard? When asking questions of the form, can God X and whatever stands in for X must be meaningful. Just as an all-powerful God can't logically overcome his own power, an all-good God can't do things that violate his own wisdom and goodness. For example, he can't do evil acts or cause others to. Such acts would be contrary to his nature, and therefore, impossible. But in no way does God's inability to do the impossible make him self-contradictory, and thus disprove his existence. This is just one of over 1,000 answers you'll find in the 20 Answers series by Jimmy Akin, Catholic Answers.